This is the story of an adopted kid who became the richest person on Earth, built a $2 trillion empire, and then vanished from the spotlight. It begins in 1994 with a woman gripping the steering wheel of a Chevy Blazer while her husband frantically types on a laptop, oblivious to the cornfield's blurring past. This journey, from a Wall Street hedge fund to a cross-country drive, was the birth of a business plan that would eventually generate $1.2 million every minute. But the story truly starts in Albuquerque, 1964, with a baby whose biological father disappeared before his birth. His name wasn't Bezos at birth. That came later, gifted by Miguel Mike Bezos, a Cuban immigrant who adopted Jeff when he was still in diapers. Even as a child, Jeff showed unsettling brilliance, disassembling alarm clocks and dreaming of space hotels at his high school graduation. He pursued electrical engineering and computer science at Princeton, graduating valedictorian, driven by pure logic and an uncomfortable level of ambition. After safe jobs, he joined D. Shaw, a prestigious Wall Street hedge fund, rising to senior vice president by age 30. There, he met Mackenzie Tuttle, marrying her 3 months after their first date, a testament to his decisive nature. While researching internet trends, Bezos stumbled upon a statistic. The internet was growing at 2,300% per year, a gravitational force he couldn't ignore. He identified books as the perfect gateway to e-commerce. Millions of titles, easy to ship and standardized with ISBNs. Ignoring his boss's rational advice, Bezos resigned from his secure position, convincing Mackenzie to quit her job too. They drove 3,700 miles from New York to Seattle in their Chevy Blazer, with Jeff typing Amazon's business plan on his laptop. Initial names like Cadabra and Relentless were considered, but he settled on Amazon for its alphabetical advantage and its association with the world's largest river, symbolizing his ambition for the everything store. In summer 1994, Bezos founded Amazon with $10,000 from his parents, setting up his office with a desk made from a door bolted to 2x4 lumber. In July 1995, the website went live, selling its first book, Fluid Concepts and Creative Analogies, a dense AI text. A bell in the office rang for every purchase, but within weeks, it had to be disconnected as orders poured in from 50 states and 40 countries. Bezos' philosophy was get big fast, tapping into the human desire for access, efficiency, and time. In 1997, Amazon went public, with Bezos pitching long-term growth over short-term profit, a bet that would reward investors beyond their wildest dreams. He introduced customer reviews, believing transparency would build trust and create loyalty, transforming Amazon into more than just a store. By the late 90s, Amazon expanded from books to everything, becoming the digital backbone of consumer life. In 2000, Bezos launched Amazon Marketplace, inviting third-party sellers to compete, which exponentially grew its catalog and provided invaluable data. Then, the dot-com bubble burst in March 2000, sending Amazon stock crashing from over $100 to just $6, with analysts predicting bankruptcy. Instead of panicking, Bezos surgically cut costs, streamlined operations, and transformed Amazon into something unbreakable. By 2002, Amazon focused on logistics, building massive fulfillment centers where robotic arms began replacing human hands. In 2005, Amazon Prime launched, offering 2-day shipping for $79 a year, a psychological trap that engineered customer loyalty. The Kindle, launched in 2007, revolutionized publishing, replacing paper with pixels and contributing to the downfall of traditional bookstores. The biggest revolution happened behind the scenes. Amazon Web Services, launched in 2006, providing scalable cloud computing. AWS became Amazon's most profitable division, generating tens of billions annually, the invisible backbone of the entire internet. As third-party sellers flooded the marketplace, many noticed their successful products were cloned by Amazon Basics, then undercut and buried in search results. Amazon wasn't just beating competitors, it was absorbing them, studying what worked, replicating it at scale, and discarding the rest. The retail body count was staggering. Borders, Circuit City, Toys R Us, Sears, all collapsed under Amazon's pressure. Bezos' mantra, "Your margin is my opportunity," became a thread across industries, signaling Amazon's relentless pursuit of market share. By the late 2010s, Jeff Bezos was small nation wealthy, controlling a global empire that touched nearly every aspect of modern existence. His physical transformation mirrored his power, evolving from a nerdy engineer to the final boss of capitalism. The $13.7 billion acquisition of Whole Foods in 2017 reimagined logistics, turning physical stores into distribution nodes. Amazon's tentacles reached everywhere: news, entertainment, smart homes, healthcare, and even space. However, immense size brought scrutiny, with reports of grueling warehouse conditions and antitrust probes. In 2020, Bezos testified before Congress, defending Amazon's practices with methodical precision. In February 2021, Bezos stepped down as CEO, handing the reins to Andy Jassy, the head of AWS. He pivoted to his original obsession, space, focusing on Blue Origin, his rocket company, and dreaming of humanity moving heavy industry off-planet. His personal life became tabloid gold, including the most expensive divorce in history and a $500 million superyacht. For Jeff Bezos, Earth was never the endgame. Amazon was merely his launchpad. The boy who stared at stars and whispered about colonizing the moon is still plotting humanity's next chapter. This isn't the end of his story, it's just where it gets really interesting.